Okay guys, this is Mike here from Panther Hollow Sporting Optics. Today we're with Joe. He's one of the shooters that shoot with us quite often. I think you've been to about every match, haven't you, Joe?
Just about, besides maybe one.
So, I know you're a young guy, and you're probably, you said 23, is that right?
24.
24. So being 24 years of age, there's probably a lot of guys going to be jealous because you have more, I guarantee you have more experience than guys my age. And the reason I say that is because a lot of guys didn't get to start in the same place you started. And that's with kind of having the surroundings of guys that already do long range, right?
Almost definitely.
So the reason why I want to do this is because I think a lot of guys start at a certain point and then they evolve to another point.
Yeah.
And being from where you started to where you are now, would you do anything over?
You know, it's kind of a tough question because there might be a few things I would change. I think the way I did it though, I think I would stay on the same path I did.
You think you learned more by doing it that way than just stepping right into the top end stuff?
I think so, because it's better to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. You know, what's better to spend more money on, what's not.
Okay.
You know, you're able to really decipher what works for you and what works for someone else.
I got you.
You know, it's just that kind of deal. It's just all about trial and error.
So, and I kind of classify shooters by how many rounds they put down per month. So if you had to guess like how many rounds per month you shoot, say everything together, 22, center fire, everything, how many rounds per month do you think you shoot?
I'd say between 1,000 and 2,000.
1,000 and 2,000 rounds, that's a lot.
That's including rimfire though.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's a lot of rounds. That's a lot of rounds regardless of who you're talking rimfire, just only rimfire, if you're talking rimfire and center fire and pistol, you know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
So that's a lot of rounds per month. A lot of guys are lucky to get, 400 or 500 a month in.
Well, yeah.
And so,
you're definitely right there. I've been fortunate with. I mean, you know what I do for work. I'm able to
Yeah.
have more free time.
yeah. I think that's really cool because the more trigger time you get, regardless of what discipline it is, you obviously learn more. If you're doing it, if you're going to the, instead of just going there to blow ammo, you're trying to learn something each time, right? Like
Most
shooting for
definitely,
groups
yeah.
and
Try to get better every single time.
right.
Yeah.
So, kind of tell me where you started as far as how did you get into the long range game?
So kind of a funny story. I'll just kind of start from the top and work down. I've always loved guns. There's a local gun store here close, and you came in one day with a rifle, like something I've never seen before. And I said, "What's that?" And you told me, and I was like, "Well, I got to have one." So I bought a Bergara B14 6.5 Creedmoor with a Nikon Black FX1000. Started with that. That's the first one I used in the first match I ever went to. Well, then after seeing all you guys and what you guys were using, stepped up to custom. I mean, as custom as I could afford at the time. And I chose a 6 Creedmoor, which is this here in front of me. And, it just kind of progressed from there. All you guys are super good at helping us younger guys out and figuring out what we need to do and how we need to do it. And that's really how I got into it. It was just seeing something I liked and something I wanted to be a part of, and you guys let me be a part of it.
I got you. So tell me about what you got in front of you there.
So this is my 6 Creedmoor. I wanted something fancy, so I went with an Excalibur diamond fluted barrel. It's just nothing fancy other than the fact it's a stainless Remington 700 short action.
So has the action been trued or blueprinted anyway or anything?
Nope, nothing.
Is it an RR action?
It is an RR action.
Okay.
So I know those are a little bit better, but that's kind of out of my realm.
I understand.
It does have a Timney hit trigger.
So you're a single stage guy or a 2-stage guy?
Well, I thought I was a single stage guy, but I'm kind of getting more into the 2-stage. Now this one here, it's a Timney hit, obviously, so it's just single stage.
Okay.
I've got the Ride-On X7. I don't even remember what it is. I've got two of these. It's a 4 by 32 by 56.
Now is that the higher end Ride-On?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So is that the top of the line Ride-On?
Yeah, yep. It's top of the line Ride-On. They have one other one that's it's not quite as high power. It's same body, It's a 56 millimeter, but I think it's 24 power is the highest it will go.
I got you. So you're running an MDT chassis. Is that what chassis is that?
That's the XRS.
XRS, okay.
Yep.
And so you're running a
Accutac.
Accutac bipod. Awesome. You got a weight system on there. Is it just the front weights or is it the whole weight system?
No, it's just front weights. That's all I run on these things.
Okay. And what brake you running?
It's also an MDT brake. I don't remember the exact model.
I got you.
It's an MDT brake.
I got you. And now is that a screw-on, or is it one of those one you can zero out just by?
Yeah, it's a screw-on. You got to time it yourself.
Time it. So okay, I got you. You got to time it yourself, so it's not a self-timing.
No. Yeah, no. I had that backwards. I'm sorry. It is self-timing.
It's self-timing. Sweet.
Yes.
Okay. So on your ride on there, are you running a mill or MOA?
I'm running mill.
And in your mill scope, are you on 0 right now?
No, I'm actually set up for the last shoot.
Okay.
I'm on 0 now.
How many mil can you dial up in that scope?
I'm gonna have to count because I can't.
And you're fine.
There's 10. 18.
18 mils.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that, where would you put that in the guns that you brought today? Where would you rank that gun as far as, say a scale of 1 to 3? You brought 3 guns, right?
Yep. So.
Or 4 guns, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, but the other one I don't really shoot. So
I got you.
We got 1 to 3. I'm gonna have to rank this one honestly because I have the most time behind it. I've got the most experience with reloading into this cartridge and this gun. Honestly, I'm gonna have to rank it at 1 just because I know this gun the best. I haven't really had time behind the other 2 yet.
So tell us about your load. What load you running?
So right now I'm running 105 grain Lapua boat tail hollow point bullets with Hornady brass. I'm running 40.5 grains of H4350 and a number 200 CCI large rifle primer.
Are you having any issues with pressure signs or anything like that on your brass?
No, everything looks really good on the brass.
Okay.
Yep.
What kind of feet per second you getting?
I'm getting right at 3150 or 3160.
Okay.
Right in there.
That's not bad.
No, it's not too bad.
And what's your barrel length there? Is it 26?
Yep, 26.
26 inches?
Yep.
I'm supposing that's a 1 and 8 5R?
So it's actually I can't remember now. It's either a 1 and 7.5 or a 1 and 8, yeah.
Okay, but it is a 5R, not a 3.
Correct, it's 5.
Okay, that's pretty good speed. It's pretty good speed. All right, we're gonna pause it and let Cameron switch out his guns. All right, we're back here with Joe. He's got another build in front of him there. So tell us a little about that build, Joe.
So this one here is my Curtis. I call it my Curtis build. It's in a Curtis Axiom action. This is 6.5 Creedmoor. Went with it just because my first, like I said earlier, my first one was a 6.5 Creedmoor. I really liked the round. I wanted to go with another one. This is a benchmark barrel. It's a 1 and 8 twist, and it's I've actually just got a Bergara brake on it. Nothing fancy.
Looks like you run the same type of chassis as the last one.
Yep. It's an XRS with my front weights here. I've got all my stuff set up to run the same Accutac bipods and whatnot. So
sweet. What trigger you got in that guy?
it's a Timney hit as well.
Same as other. That's good.
Yep.
It's nice keeping the things same across the board because when you grab one, it feels the same.
Yeah, I like consistency.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I noticed you're running one of my favorite scopes.
The Valdata. Yep.
Valdata Recon Gen 2.
Yep.
So what do you think about the Valdata just overall as a scope?
It's I can't say enough about it. It's awesome. It is extremely clear even when you're dealing with a lot of mirage. The turrets, they feel just great. And the reticle itself is really good too. And not to mention, I mean, aesthetically, I'm sure you guys can see that. I think it looks really good on there. I mean,
that looks like a big old log sitting on there. I mean, it's just massive. It looks freaking cool.
It does.
So a little bit about the what rail are you running? 20 MOA rail or what rail is that?
So no, it's actually a 30 MOA rail on this one. It's not integral, but it is pinned.
Oh, okay. I
So-
got you. I got you.
Yep.
What do you think about the Curtis Action?
So I like it. It's very smooth, and it feels really good. You know,
I got you.
60-degree throw. I just, you know, when I first got into it and seeing what you guys had, I did some of my own research, and I just was looking up actions, and this happened to pop up, and I seen it, and the way Curtis has it all set up on that rock in their picture and everything, it just looked really good, and I had to have one. So
I got you. I got you.
Yep.
So do you think that? So let me ask you a question, and I don't know how much time you have behind that rifle.
not much.
So if you had to say, do you think the action makes the accuracy, or do you think it's the barrel? Because you came from a Bagara.
Oh, it's the barrel that makes the accuracy.
You think the action's just something that pushes it down the tube, and
I mean, I think it has a lot to do with it, but I think if you're asking overall, I think the barrel, it's hard for me to explain what I'm trying to say, but to me, the quality of barrel is going to help with your quality of accuracy. This action is great, and it probably helps in some way, shape, or form, but I mainly got it for the 60-degry throw.
Oh, I
Make it
got you.
faster on play.
I understand. I got you. Sweet. So, so how many different calibers do you shoot?
So, calibers, I'm shooting just really 2 different calibers. Now, cartridges, I'm shooting 3 different cartridges.
So GT, 6 Creedmoor, and 6.5 Creedmoor.
That's correct. Yep.
I got you. I got you. And you don't have much time behind the GT, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. I need to change
So
that.
do you have more time behind this or more time behind the GT?
More time behind this.
Okay. Is it because of components and stuff? Is
Yeah, I've had a hard time finding components.
Yeah.
Dies.
That
brass.
GT round is really picking up. I mean, a lot of guys are really catching on to how good it is.
Well,
And it's, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, really, what little bit I have shot it, I mean, the guy who built it did a good job. It's extremely accurate. There's very low recoil. I love it.
Who was that to put that together?
I don't know. I think it might be the guy behind the camera.
That's awesome. All right, we're gonna pause again, let Cameron switch out. All right, guys, if you hadn't figured it out already, Cameron, Joe, he goes by a few names. Some people call him Papa. But anyways, so we're back here with Joe, and he's got another build in front of him. This is his 6 GT, so I'll let you take it from there, Joe.
All right, so yeah, this is my 6 GT. It's in a Masterpiece Arms chassis. I'm running another Ride-On X7. This is actually a 3x24 by 56. Truthfully, I couldn't tell you a lot about it. Mike built it, and
So in the front there, we're running a Hellfire brake, and that is a benchmark barrel, 1 7.5 twist. It's a 6 GT, obviously, with a blued RR action. That action has not been smithed or anything. It's just a straight up action, straight up Remington action, stock action. It does have a very nice trigger in it. It's a Calvin Elite single stage, and it's sitting in probably one of my favorite chassis, which is Masterpiece Arms. So that brings me to an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
You've spent a little time behind the Masterpiece,
Mm-hmm.
and you have 2 or 3 different MDTs.
correct.
What's your favorite and why between those chassis?
That's kind of a loaded question there. Obviously, this Masterpiece is probably going to be my favorite, for the simple reason of it fits me really good. I mean, there's a lot of adjustment here and a lot of fine tuning adjustment that you can do. Now this chassis versus my XRS is a whole different animal, obviously, but I wanted one of these for a long time. I was finally able to come up with one while you were for me, and this one for me feels a lot better.
So you're running a 40 MO rail on that guy,
Correct.
or is that a 30? I can't remember if Zach put a 30 or 40 on there.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to say it's a 30. But guys, the whole deal in this is we do a lot of long range stuff, and having that extra MOA on the rail really helps when you to get to the bottom of your scope. And I'm not talking the very bottom of your scope, but get to the lower end of your scope so you have a lot more vertical travel. So what do you think about the hand positioning on the?
That's actually another one of my favorite parts. I mean, because until you've done it enough, you have this certain muscle memory you have to get built up to not work your gun.
Yep.
You know, I mean, this right here is great. It's like a gas pedal. You just know it goes there. When you get in your truck, you're going down the road, where does it go? It goes on the gas pedal.
Right.
So it just, for me, it feels really good, and I like the vertical grip it's got on there. I mean, just all around, this whole setup is really comfortable for me.
I got you.
You know.
And I'm not too mistaken, that setup's already won some money, hasn't it?
I believe it has.
Yeah, it won a plate match, I think, with another
yeah,
shooter.
You're right.
About $400.
Yep.
So it's been paying for itself a little bit.
Yep, I'd say it did. Yep.
Oh, it's paying rent anyways, right?
Paying rent.
Yeah, paying rent and
Yep.
to staying safe, right?
That's right.
So
That's right.
that's awesome.
Yep.
So if you had to pick only one out of the ones you have right now, and only one scope. If you had to get rid of everything and only have, out of those three, only have one, but you could mix and match all the parts you wanted to, what would it be and why?
I would have to go with my Masterpiece chassis with my
Curtis action with a 6 GT with the Veldata scope.
Man, you said it right there for me. You really did.
That's what I would do.
I was just putting it
That's
together.
exactly
in my
what
head.
I would do.
Really, that's what I would do.
That's exactly what I would do.
I mean, it's perfect.
Do you have all the parts there for I'm going to say a butt spanker?
Yeah,
On the range, it would be.
I've got plenty of parts for a spanky.
But I mean, I'm just saying that to me, if I had all that stuff and I could mix and match all of them, that would be the most venomous weapon right there.
Oh yeah, I think out of what I've got, yes.
I think that combination would be killer.
I think it would be too.
With that trigger.
Yeah, most definitely with that trigger.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would run that brake right there. That's my favorite brake. Nothing against the other brakes, but I have a lot of experience behind the Hellfire.
Yeah.
And the Hellfire 2 chamber, and I think to me, not only are there some of the best looking, aesthetically looking brakes on the market,
Yeah.
but they really work well.
Yeah.
But well, heck, man, I appreciate you spending your time out here with us and talking about your guns, and I really think that you're ahead of the curve for your age, for sure. I think there's a lot of guys out there that are, in their upper 30s, 40s that are just getting into the game that hadn't got to experience the stuff that you have. But I think the whole deal with that's just getting tied into the right people.
Well, and one thing I want to say for the people who are watching this that might be interested in the long range game is, so far everybody I have met in this deal, because I'm one, I don't like to go out and look. I don't like to be embarrassed. Okay, so everybody I've met that's in this has been so helpful. I mean, just super awesome to deal with. There's no better thing than getting with a new group of people who are doing like-minded stuff that are willing to help you get better and
Absolutely.
be as good as them.
Absolutely.
So,
and I think that's the whole key is, this whole thing with everything that's going on these days with all the crap in the news and guns and people,
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of news, and I do that for a reason, because I like to isolate myself from that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is, whether you're on one side of the aisle or the other. I mean, hunters are hunters. You're not going to take that out of them. And hunters, we like to have guns.
We like to have guns.
And we like to do our shooting sports. That's what we like to do.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for where we live and the good Lord blessing us to have the things that we have, then it would be a different story. I'm just so glad I live where I live and I'm around the people that I know.
Oh yeah.
And that I have an opportunity to interview young guys like you that are getting into the sport and learning. I wish I was at 23. I wish I was where you're at, because my gosh, how many thousands of dollars have I spent chasing something because I didn't know what I really needed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you guys who are older, who have already spent that money, are able to help us younger guys say, hey, no, you don't need that. You need this.
Right. Buy once, cry once.
Right.
That's how it works. You know, buy you an old Remington action or an old Howa. I'm building the Howa action, then I'm gonna put a spanking on your Curtis action with. You know, so it's just
Okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Anyways, well, guys, I appreciate you watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Again, this is Cameron. He's one of the guys that shoot with us, and we do tease each other. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun on the range. And anytime you can get out and shoot with like-minded people, just like Cameron said it, or Joe says, it's just a blessed day. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next video.